The government announced today new measures to combat the rising alcohol problem in the UK.
He played knick-knack on my drum with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
According to government statistics, 1 adult in 13 in this country is dependent on alcohol. In fact, alcohol is involved in 15% of road accidents, 26% of drownings, and 36% of death in fires. A quarter of accidents at work are drink-related, and 2/3 of men who assault their partners do so under the influence of alcohol. We're looking at a major problem. Fortunately, there is a well-established route that can help, and it's a journey we can all learn a lot from.
We're here tonight at an open meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. As professionals, like those of you watching this video, we continually come across the tragic effects of alcoholism, which not only destroys the individual concerned, but also his or her family.
While AA may not be the answer for everyone with a drink problem, it has, since its inception, helped more alcoholics worldwide to find contented sobriety than any other resource. Here in the UK, Alcoholics Anonymous has been going for over 50 years, helping tens of thousands come face to face with their problem. AA members' own experiences give them a unique ability to help other problem drinkers in all phases of active alcoholism and of recovery. That's why it can be such a valuable resource for professionals like us who may understand addiction but who haven't actually been there themselves. Because at the end of the day, only an alcoholic can fully understand another alcoholic. Let's get rid of two major misconceptions. Firstly, Alcoholics Anonymous is not a commercial organisation. There are costs involved in running meetings, in maintaining its 3 service offices, and in reaching the alcoholics directly and indirectly through professionals like us. But all these costs are met by the voluntary contributions of AA members. Secondly, while AA may meet in church halls, it is not a religious movement. It also holds meetings in hospitals, village halls, treatment centres, prisons and schools like this one tonight. But although it is not a religious movement, there is a spiritual dimension to the way that AA works. Addiction is about loss of belief and trust in oneself and others. The alcoholic trusts only in the bottle. Belief, hope, trust and love are powerful spiritual values, and these values are restored to people who work AA's program, and that is why the program is a spiritual one.
Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses.
AA offers people a very accessible recovery environment. Right now in Britain there are over 3,500 AA meetings taking place every week. Access to AA is open to anyone who thinks they have a drink problem and has a desire to stop, or, as AA says, to anyone who thinks that alcohol is costing more than just money.
This old man, he played too. He played knick-knack on my shoe with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog.
So what is a typical alcoholic? Well, there isn't one. Alcoholism crosses all social boundaries. Patterns of drinking differ from person to person. Some are daily drinkers, others binge drinkers. Some stick to a particular drink while others will drink anything that comes to hand. As a social worker, I've learned to try to differentiate between the alcoholic and the social drinker. I look for certain clues like a history of accidents or various other medical problems that are alcohol-induced. Also, I can sometimes tell when I pay the drinker's family a visit by signs of stress or abuse in other family members. But for me, the most important diagnostic feature is that the person concerned would actually like to stop drinking, but can't. Alcoholics are masters at denying they have a problem, and almost all of them think that they are unsuitable for AA. But once they join a group like this one, they quickly realize how other people's experiences are similar to their own. When brought together, recovering alcoholics invariably agree that their drinking was always to some extent abnormal, and that alcohol was used as a medicine to boost confidence, change feelings.
Most alcoholics, and believe me, I was no exception, fool themselves into believing that the time is never quite right to give up drinking. As a result, they end up losing their job, family, and self-respect. Eventually, time runs out. A typical AA meeting will have between 10 and 60 people and normally last for around about an hour and a half. New members are encouraged to seek out a sponsor as soon as possible, and a suitable sponsor is someone of the same sex with at least 2 years sobriety. And they'll be able to help you as a newcomer work through the recovery steps. The meeting's usually opened by a chairperson or a secretary who asks for a moment's silence so that members can really reflect on why they're actually there. And then the preamble is read out, and this is sometimes followed by a reading from the book Alcoholics Anonymous. The chairperson then introduces the evening speaker, who could be a local member or an AA member visiting the area. And this speaker will then share his or her own experience as both an active and a recovering alcoholic. Or they could talk about a specific topic related to recovery, or maybe even one of AA's 12 steps. And then other members are invited to speak from the floor.
My name's Sharon, and I'm an alcoholic. I found the help I so desperately needed by joining Alcoholics Anonymous, which is why I'm alive today. My social worker persuaded me that I really needed help. At first, I was so afraid of attending a meeting, of being with other people. Basically, I'm a very shy person. But then a member rang and gave me reassurance and support and took me to my first meeting. I was still really nervous when I arrived, but there was no need to be. You were all so friendly and honest, and I quickly realised I wasn't alone with my problem anymore. The point is, no one judges you at an AA meeting. It's a caring experience. There are no impossible demands.
Thank you. Thank you.
With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
The 12 steps of recovery are the building blocks of AA. With the first step, the alcoholic admits they are powerless over alcohol, but not powerless over the ability to change themselves. The second step involves identifying some source of outside help. Yes, for some this may be God. Others will find something else that feels comfortable for them, such as the combined wisdom of the group. Once they have identified a dependable source of help, they need to go and ask for that help and then put it into practice. They identify their character defects and talk about them with another member, becoming willing to change and asking for help with that change. They make a list of people they have harmed by their drinking and make amends to them wherever possible. Next, they make a commitment to personal and spiritual growth. And with the final step, having reaped the benefits of sobriety through working this program, they begin to help other people.
So how can you, the professional, gather further information that will help the problem drinker understand and appreciate the advantages of joining an AA group and start on the journey to recovery? Well, you can attend an open meeting like this one here. You can also call the National AA Helpline or contact AA via its website. Calls will be answered locally and you'll be provided with details of open meetings or put in touch with a relevant liaison officer who will be able to give you details of other facilities available in your area. In short, AA is a rich resource you can tap into at no financial cost and with minimum investment of follow-up time.
Alcoholics Anonymous is the best place for those we know with a drink problem. It is a practical solution available on almost every street corner and effective for all within our community, whatever their age, religion, culture or ethnic background. People want help today, not tomorrow.
This old man, he played 3, he played knick-knack on my knee with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man isn't rolling home.